And remember, this video is how to lose weight without cutting calories. Obviously, you could go on a diet, you could eat less, put the fork down, but that's not what this video is about. It's what else can you do? Coach Greg, and in today's video, I'm going to explain the best way for you to lose weight and keep it off in your very own life without cutting calories. That's right, even without dropping your calories, you can in fact significantly change your body composition. And this depends on your very own lifestyle. What are you doing? What are you not doing? And so by the end of the video, you will have exact strategies that you can incorporate into your own life that are going to help you on your way to your weight loss journey. And so the first thing I hear is cardio is not the answer. You don't want to do cardio. The less cardio, the better. Cardio is boring, takes up a lot of time, gonna eat away at all your muscle, and so you should try to lose weight without doing cardio. After all, it only accounts for 5% of your daily calorie expenditure. In comparison, NEAT 15%, thermic effect of food 10%, and the rest, your BMR, well, 60 to 70%. And the funny thing is, this statement, it's actually true. And that is in fact the problem. If exercise is only accounting for 5% of your calorie burn, it's not enough. It needs to go up. And so the problem isn't that exercise only burns 5%. It's that you're only doing enough to burn off 5% of your calories. Think of it. If you go on a 2,000 calorie diet, 5% of that, 100. If you're only burning 100 calories a day through exercise, do more. On the other hand, if you're already doing a lot of exercise, don't add more. You might be overtraining, it's going to take up too much of your time. And so for you, we're going to suggest something different, which we'll get into later in the video. And so to burn off 100 calories, which is 5% of 2,000, the average 154-pound person would have to walk 1 mile. 1 mile. Take what? 15, 20 minutes for the average person. That's not a lot. And if you add more cardio, perhaps walk 2 miles, you will increase that calorie percentage from 5% to 10, doubles it. And so can you see how doing a little bit more cardio can make a significant difference? Well, consider if you just add in 100 calories of extra cardio to your daily routine, perhaps 1 mile, you burn 10 pounds of fat in a year. Doesn't sound like much, but think of it, that's 10 pounds from just 1 mile. Imagine you walk 2, or perhaps you go at a faster pace. That 15 to 20 minute walk that it took to burn 100 calories, if you practice and get better at it, go faster, you could easily do that in 10 minutes or less. And so it's not just a matter of always going longer, adding in daily minutes to your cardio routine. It can in fact be just going faster. And as you become more efficient, you become a better butter burner, you can exercise at a faster rate and ultimately burn more calories in the same period of time. And so for anyone not doing exercise, what I suggest, the first thing you should do before you change anything else, do more cardio. Preferably at a fast pace, but do some cardio, move more, go for a bike ride, hike in the woods. Just get up off the couch rather than watching Netflix all day and move. If you have a pedometer, something to count your steps, walk more steps. Average person around 2,300 steps, gonna burn about 100 calories. Obviously, if you're bigger, it burns more, smaller, you burn less. But you don't like doing cardio, you hate it, you don't wanna do it, you've tried it in the past, it just doesn't work, it's not your cup of tea. Well, if I can't convince you to do it, which you should, and you still wanna lose weight, there is in fact another way. And for these people, what you can do is focus on what the average person burns as 15% of their daily calories, which is NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Those are the calories that you're burning when you're not exercising. Just doing daily chores, activities, moving around and so on. For example, me yelling, screaming, moving my hands around in this video, I'm actually burning calories. Oftentimes, at the end of the video, I'm sweating, I have to change shirts. And so, for example, in Mr. Who's the Boss journey, rather than sitting down at a desk, he stands and works at his desk. He stands on some weird balancing, vibrating apparatus. I'm like, yeah, you can do that, it burns more calories. Or why don't you just walk around more? While you're brushing your teeth, move around more. Be conscious of your subconscious and try to will your way to moving around more. No, it sounds crazy, but if you're wearing a pedometer, a step counter, and you know at the end of the day you're going to count those steps, it's going to motivate you subconsciously to move more. Those few extra steps you take per hour multiplied by perhaps 15 hours in a day, they add up quick. You could quite easily burn several hundred additional calories by just moving around more during the day. And so if you don't want to do cardio, you just can't fathom the idea of going outside and deliberately going for a walk, bike ride, and so on, just move more during the day. Those little calories, they add up. Turn on the music, dance around a little more. Walk the dogs, do some yard work, perhaps mow the lawn, do something, move around. Do anything but lay back on the couch watching Netflix, especially because you should be watching Coach Greg and Chill. Don't watch Netflix, Coach Greg and Chill. But you're saying, but Coach Greg, I already move around a lot. I'm a postal worker. I'm delivering mail all the time. I'm a carpenter. I'm already very active and I already do cardio. I'm very active, yet I still can't lose weight. What can I do? Well, I'll tell you what you can do. Increase your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body burns at rest. Well, how can I do that? Add more muscle. If you're not lifting weights, for every pound of lean muscle that you add, your body burns 8 extra calories at rest. And that's just at rest. That extra muscle that you have, it also burns calorie when not at rest. Think of it. I have a lot of muscle. Am I resting right now? I'm moving around. So those muscles are burning significantly more calories. And so for every pound of muscle you have, your body typically going to burn about 20 extra calories per day. Doesn't sound like much, but think of it. 5 pounds of muscle, which most people can do in a year, or even less, especially if you're a newbie, that's going to add up to 100 extra calories per day. Remember how much that is? 100 calories per day? We talked about it earlier in the video. That's right, 10 pounds in a year. And so think of it. You walk a bit more, burn an extra 100 calories, more muscle, another 100 calories, that's 200 calories, that's 20 pounds of fat loss in one single year. And so it's not a race. It's not about how fast can you lose this weight. In fact, the slower you lose weight, the better. I know you want the dopamine rush of, wow, look at this transformation. I lost 90 pounds in 90 days. Look at me now. Problem is 95% of diets fail. And so what you want to do is slowly lose the weight. As the slower you lose the weight, the more likely you are to keep the weight off. And I still see people out there thinking, I already lift weights, I already do cardio, and my needs through the roof, I'm always moving, and I still can't lose weight. What can I do aside from what you listed? Well, I'll tell you why. There's always something you can do. You think there's nothing you can do? You're doomed? Of course not. You can increase the thermic effect of food. That doesn't mean to lower calories. It doesn't mean you have to go on a diet. It means you increase the amount of protein and or fiber in your diet, and your body automatically going to burn off more calories. Why? Because of the digestion process. It takes energy to digest the foods that you're consuming. If you eat a lot of fiber, the body has to break it down, and breaking things down takes a lot of energy. Think of it. If you had a pile of wood, and you have to chop it with an axe, does it not take energy to chop up that wood into smaller pieces? Same thing happens when you're eating fiber. Think of that bird food you're eating, that bran flake stuff. You're eating that fiber, the body sees it, has to chop it into smaller bits. Break it down takes energy. And so the more fiber you eat, the more calories you're going to burn. Also, it takes more energy to convert protein into body fat than fat into body fat. Think of it. Fat already looks like fat, kinda, a lot closer than protein. And so it takes more energy to convert the protein that you're eating, think chicken breasts, egg whites, and so on, and convert that into stored adipose tissue. And so if you want to lose weight without lowering calories, switch some of the carbs and or fats that you're eating for more protein and add in more fiber. Not enough? Want more tips? Drink more cold water. When you drink cold fluids, your body has to raise that water to your body temperature, which is about 37 degrees. And so if you drink cold water, your body has to work to heat it up. It's thinking you just drank a liter of cold water. We don't like that. We want it to heat up. So it takes energy to heat that water and more calories are burned. And so it takes 1 kilocalorie, of which we call a calorie, to raise 1 liter of water 1 degree Celsius. And so if you drink cold water, say 4 degrees, it's going to take 33 calories to raise a liter of water from 4 degrees to 37. So 33 calories for 1 liter. 3 liters, that's 100 calories. So if you were to add in 3 cold liters of water, you could also burn an extra 100 calories. Little here, little there, coupled over the course of weeks, months, years, are going to make a significant change in your body composition. And you're thinking, no, I'm still obese and I do every single thing you suggested. Really? Well, perhaps there's a few people in the world that are already doing that, but you want more tips. Okay. Well, our bodies need to have certain hormones functioning properly in order to most effectively burn calories. If you have an underactive thyroid, increased cortisol, various ailments, it'll be harder for you to burn calories than other people. Not impossible, just harder. Harder to be in a deficit. And so if you can boost your BMR by getting the proper amount of hormones in the body, then why wouldn't you do it? And so one thing you can do, get to sleep. Try waking up at the same time every day. People that don't get enough sleep, their hormones, they're out of whack. Try to get enough sleep. Can't sleep? Take a sleep aid, something to help you sleep properly. I'm not saying go and abuse sleeping pills, but get some sleep. Can't sleep proper? Go see a doctor. Also, go get your blood work done. Go see a doctor. Do you in fact have the proper hormones in the body, or do you happen to have some medical ailment? Do you need a prescription? Do you have an underactive thyroid? Is there anything that can be done medically?
Oh, I have a slow metabolism. It's just not in the cards for me to lose weight.
Well, perhaps it's true that you have a slower metabolism than other people, but doesn't mean you can't lose weight. And if you do in fact have a slow metabolism, should you not go find out why? Do you have an underactive thyroid? Do you need Synthoid? Do you need a prescription, some medication from a doctor to help you lose the weight? And aside from doctor prescribed medications, there are natural supplements that can in fact help you. For example, caffeine. Whether it's from pre-workout or coffee or a Red Bull, caffeine can in fact increase your metabolism. It increases your rate of calorie burn and allows you to have more energy to move more. Not only that, it can actually suppress your appetite, but remember, we're not talking about lowering calories. So even if you eat the same amount of calories, if you're taking in caffeine, you will in fact lose more weight. Another supplement which I'm on, which I absolutely love, GO2 Max. The main ingredient in GO2 Max is NMN. And what does this do? Well, it was shown to significantly improve muscle oxygen absorption at VT1 and put even more power at VT2. VT1, simply put, means the first ventilating threshold. That's when you start to notice that you start breathing harder. You ever notice when you're sitting around chatting, you're not out of breath, that it just happens normally? You don't even think about it, and perhaps you're going for a little walk with your friends slowly, and you're just chatting. You don't notice you're breathing hard. Well, at VT1, you are starting to breathe hard. That's when you're doing cardio. Think of it. You're going for a fast walk, you're on the treadmill, doing your thing, step or elliptical, bike riding, and you notice your breathing, it starts to intensify. You're starting to breathe harder. And so when you get to this point, GO2 Max, it's going to improve your ability to put out more power, to go faster, to make it easier. And so when lactate begins to accumulate and you're at VT2, you're at a higher power output, it allows you to put even more power when exercise, for example, at a hard pace, hard cardio. And so simply put, it makes easy to hard cardio easier to do. You can go longer at a higher pace. And what does that mean? You burn more calories. Burn more calories, burn more fat. Remember, this is without cutting calories. If you're jogging 5 miles an hour and you take this and you can go 5.2 miles an hour, you're going to go 5.2 miles in the hour instead of 5. At the same intensity, at the same feeling. And so subconsciously, without even trying it, cardio is easier. And as it becomes easier, you can do more of it, get better at it, become a better butter burner. And so ever notice you're in the gym lifting weights and you do a set and you're tired after, your breathing increases? Does that sound familiar? Your lactic acid starts to accumulate, you get tired, fatigued, you can't exercise harder than last time. You take this, go make it easier. You can train harder, recover better between sets, and ultimately become a better butter burner, which is the key to long and sustained weight loss. And so GO2 Max, very similar to Cardarine. Everyone know Cardarine? GW501516. You can't use it in the Olympics. It's banned. It's banned by WADA. Athletes can't use it, even though many want to. And probably 50% of bodybuilders, dieters, and so on have used Cardarine or GW. I've certainly used it in the past. And so if you can get a natural supplement as a replacement for Cardarine that's not banned by WADA, that's been shown in research to be effective, is that not something you might want? You don't need any of this, obviously, but if you're looking for an edge, an advantage, something to help you, then consider giving GO2 Max a try. Also, any supplement that helps you to add more muscle, muscle is metabolically active and is going to help you burn more calories. And so things such as creatine, beta-alanine, L-citrulline, betaine, if these things help you train harder, recover better, all this kind of stuff, and you use it and it helps you add more muscle, then that added muscle obviously going to improve your BMR, help you to burn more calories. Looking to get any of these supplements? Click the link in the description. Selling all this, it's available right now. Click the link in the description. Also, looking to get in the shape of your life? You've watched this video and you decided you're going to start training? Have a free training program, close to 20 pages. You get it just by becoming a newsletter subscriber. Click the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video. If you press the like button and subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm. Please watch the bloops and of course, buy my Circle diet book, the freaking cookbook, training books, coaching plans by me and my team, phone consults, and until next time, I am out.